Sunday's Super Bowl rematch between the Kansas City Chiefs and the 49ers didn't deliver the anticipated offensive firework, as both quarterbacks Patrick Mahomes and Brock Purdy struggled against two elite defenses. In the end, Mahomes and the reigning back-to-back Super Bowl champion Chiefs emerged victorious once again with a 28-18 win at Levi's Stadium, improving to 6-0 as the only undefeated team left in the NFL. Mahomes completed 16 of 27 passes for 154 yards with no touchdowns and 2 interceptions, but he contributed a rushing touchdown and added 39 yards on the ground. With Mahomes having an off day, the Chiefs leaned heavily on their running game. Veteran running back Kareem Hunt continued to shine, racking up 78 yards and 2 touchdowns on 22 carries. Mecole Hardman also chipped in with an 18-yard rushing touchdown in the fourth quarter to seal the win. Despite showing vulnerabilities throughout the season, the Chiefs remain undefeated. Their victory, combined with the Vikings' narrow loss to the Lions earlier in the day, left Kansas City as the only NFL's only undefeated team. It feels like the Chiefs never lose. It's because they haven't in quite some time. It's nearly been 10 months since their last defeat, even though many of their games have been close. Kansas City has won 12 straight, dating back to week 17 of last season. The Chiefs' last loss came on Christmas Day 2023 against the Raiders, a low point that seemed to confirm doubts about their offense after a season of struggles. That loss not only cost them a first-round bye, but also led many to believe the Chiefs wouldn't be able to defend their title. However, those doubts were quickly erased. After that loss, Kansas City went on a winning streak, ending the regular season with wins over the Bengals and Chargers, then grinding out close victories throughout the playoffs to capture yet another Lombardi trophy. Now, 6 games into the 2024 season, the pattern remains the same. The games are close. The offense isn't always firing on all cylinders, but the wins keep coming, and to Patrick Mahomes, that's what counts the most. The Chiefs defeated the 49ers with a strong defensive performance, intercepting San Francisco quarterback Brock Purdy 3 times. A big contribution came from Mecole Hardman, who returned a punt 55 yards to set up a touchdown, while the ground game added 184 rushing yards. Mahomes had a tough day, throwing for just 154 yards, being sacked twice, and tossing 2 interceptions. He noted that these picks were different from earlier in the season, as he felt he made the right decisions but was just unlucky. 1 interception came after a deflection by a defender, while the other happened when rookie receiver Xavier Worthy tripped and fell during his route. Despite Mahomes having the worst statistical game of his career, the Chiefs comfortably beat the 49ers, the NFC Super Bowl favorite, on the road by 2 possessions. Mahomes' passer rating was just 44.4, the lowest in his career, and Travis Kelce managed only 17 receiving yards, one of his quietest games. Mahomes and Kelce both have had questionable performances throughout the season this year, performances where it's like they haven't done at all throughout their career. Kansas City's transformation is subtle but significant. The franchise's stability, Mahomes, Kelce, head coach Andy Reid, and general manager Brett Veach can obscure the fact that the Chiefs are no longer solely reliant on their biggest stars. This shift explains why they've managed to maintain success while paying their quarterback top dollar. 2 weeks ago, the Chiefs generated 294 yards of offense from 5 players who had been cut or released by other teams within the past year. On Sunday, they won with contributions from players who had barely even seen the field this season. Mecole Hardman, who had played just 22 offensive snaps in the first 5 weeks, totaled 55 yards and a touchdown, along with the key 55-yard punt return. Rookie safety Jaden Hicks, who had only played 13 defensive snaps in the first 5 games, intercepted Purdy in the end zone, stopping San Francisco's best chance to stay in the game. The turning point came midway through the third quarter, with the 49ers building momentum. Chiefs cornerback Chris Rollin Wallace, an undrafted rookie who had played just 1 snap all season, intercepted Purdy, halting a drive deep into Chiefs territory. There's a sense of inevitability around the Chiefs, who have now won 12 straight games since their loss to the Raiders last Christmas. They haven't been beaten in 300 days, and that sense of inevitability used to be tied to Mahomes alone. In the 2019 postseason, he led the Chiefs back from multiple double-digit deficits, and you just knew they were never out of it with him on the field. That remains true today, but now that confidence extends beyond Mahomes to the entire team and system. At 6-0, the Chiefs have endured the toughest stretch of Mahomes' career, and while the offense has struggled at times, the wins keep coming. With Travis Kelce having a quiet game and Juju Smith Smith-Schuster dealing with a hamstring injury, the Chiefs needed someone to step up in the passing game. On Sunday, that player was tight end Noah Gray. The fourth-year player had the best performance of his career in Week 7, tying his personal best with 4 receptions and setting a new high with 66 receiving yards. Since signing a contract extension, Gray has steadily increased his per-game production and is proving to be a valuable asset in 2024. Due to multiple injuries at wide receiver, Mecole Hardman's role with the Chiefs has grown beyond initial expectations. In his previous game against the Saints, he recorded his first catch of the season and added 3 more receptions. On Sunday, he found the end zone for the first time this season, making big plays on each of his 3 offensive touches. While some may wonder if rookie Xavier Worthy should be getting those manufactured touches, Hardman has made the most of his opportunities. Defensive end George Karlaftis hasn't had a bad season, but his production through 5 games hadn't quite matched his impressive sophomore campaign. However, on Sunday, he returned to form. The former first-round pick made several key plays, including a pair of run stops in the 49ers' first 3 drives, a second-quarter sack, and a fourth-quarter pressure that led to an errant throw and an interception by Brock Purdy. Karlaftis' disruptive presence in Week 7 was a big boost for Steve Spagnuolo's defense. Cornerback Jalen Watson suffered an ankle injury on Sunday, creating an opportunity for someone to step up in his absence. Unfortunately, Nazeeh Johnson struggled when given the chance. The third-year corner had difficulty in coverage, particularly when he was beaten deep by Jacob Cowing in the fourth quarter. Coming off a torn ACL, Johnson's start to the season has been rough, and he'll need to improve quickly to earn consistent playing time. Similarly, Joshua Williams didn't take advantage of his opportunity in Week 7. The former 4th-round pick had been praised as a potential breakout candidate, but Watson secured the second starting cornerback job and hasn't looked back. Williams had a tough outing against the 49ers, struggling in coverage and committing a costly face mask penalty on a drive that led to a San Francisco touchdown. Like Johnson, Williams will need to move on from this performance and aim for better in the future. Andy Reid, Steve Spagnuolo, Patrick Mahomes, the entire Chiefs, they are looking like they are going to be unbeaten throughout the season. I don't want to say unbeaten, they might have 1 or 2 losses, but at this moment, I would say only the Bills and the Bucks are going to give them their best chance for a loss. Maybe the Broncos, but I don't see the Chiefs losing to the Broncos. I know a lot of people are talking about the Broncos defense, but the Chiefs defense is just too good. Patrick Mahomes doesn't have to play hero ball anymore. He can simply just rely on the running game, which has been so good with Kareem Hunt, and then he can also rely on his top-tier defense. Steve Spagnuolo puts these guys in the right positions, and they do exactly what they need to. Some guys need to step up, especially in the absence of Jalen Watson, but the Chiefs defense is continuing to prove that they're one of the best groups in the league. It sucks that the offense is dealing with so many injuries. Nobody expected this. During training camp and the entire offseason, they were projected to have one of the fastest and most explosive offenses, one of the best offenses in the Mahomes era. Hollywood Brown, Isaiah Pacheco, Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice. It hurts that they're all not fully healthy. If you made it this far and you haven't already, make sure you go down below and you subscribe and you turn the notification bell on so you never miss a Chiefs video or any video at all. Leave a comment down below what you think about the Chiefs season so far. Do you think that they're going to go undefeated? Let me know down below. Leave a like as well. I greatly do appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next one.